Hello, friends. Today, what is coming up to share with you is to trust in our guidance above everything. And I mean everything. And this came up for me yesterday because I had been reading something that I really resonated with. Everything I resonated with. Yet, I noticed that some of the ideas that I was reading about, I had to check in with Spirit to ensure that I was on the right path. And I could see that if someone is just taking information without consulting their higher self, consulting their heart, this can only go so far. And yes, the information is still helpful, but we each have a unique path, and we are each unique beings. And so it's coming back to trusting in ourself. Even if we're reading material or listening to material that resonates with us, that's cool, that's awesome. Yet still trust what you're receiving from within. And I noticed that when I checked with my heart about what thoughts came up as I had been reading this material, I realized that, okay, nothing has to change for me. I'm on the right path, and I'm just going to continue as I am. And it's easy on this spiritual path to get in this thing of always wanting to improve, always wanting to find greater levels of alignment. Yet the thing is, we always will be. And when we let the process unfold naturally, it is much more enjoyable. And by naturally, I mean wait until something actually comes up that we feel is out of alignment, and then dig into that and make the change necessary. And another thing that came up to share was how I've noticed that when I ask Spirit what to watch, sometimes I'll be surprised, because we often think that when we're on this spiritual path, this ascension path, that we need to be constantly taking in spiritual information or high vibrational information or sounds or what have you. But Spirit is often guiding me just to pursue my interests, to just investigate something that excites me. Maybe it's a sport, maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's just a beautiful area that I'd like to explore. And so it was coming through today to remind ourselves to take a break from this seeking, this constant looking for, I want to say looking for answers, but the truth is we have all the answers inside already anyway. And so our answers, well, yes, they do sometimes come, we pick up things from outside of us. Sometimes they do come through other people. Yet they were always within us all along. And I feel like what we see outside of us is just giving us confirmation of that. And so we can trust that whatever we need to know, we will know when we need to know it. So we don't have to be seeking or constantly trying to look for the next spiritual thing, because everything is going to come up naturally. And when we're just enjoying life, when we can just relax, oh, then everything is going to drop in so easily. And that's when we can hear our intuition so easily as well, and so clearly. And sometimes it's helpful for me to check in with Spirit about bigger things or things that may be on my mind, so I can just put that to rest. And I did that last night, and I just feel so good now. And it's so easy to be present because I already received what I wanted to know from myself, higher self, true self, soul. We can also just think of that as our self. So it's coming back to listening to ourselves. And like I said in the beginning of the video, above what anyone else may say, no matter how wonderful it sounds, we got to learn to trust in ourselves. And that was a big theme in the Diamond Collective book series, is empowering us to trust ourselves. Because again, we always have everything we need to know, and we always have all the answers we're looking for already within us. And yes, it's fun to watch different videos and explore different things and pull cards and do all sorts of stuff. Yet, we already know. And we can look at all these other fun things as confirmations, perhaps showing us something. Yet it's also a reminder that we can take a step back from that and just live. Just do what lights us up, do what we enjoy. Because as we're doing what we enjoy, as we're doing what we love, we're going to be in that relaxed, joyful state, which is an allowing state. So we're allowing all the guidance to flow through us effortlessly. And we will always know what is the next best thing to do. And this brings up flow. And that's a whole nother thing. Go through it a lot in the book series as well. Yet today was more about trusting in yourself, no matter what anyone else says. No matter what I say, no matter what any other mentors say, no matter what any other spiritual teachers say, no matter what your grandma says or your friends say or whoever hanging out on the street. It's coming back to trusting in ourselves. And of course, when we are attuned to ourselves, if someone on the street has something great to say for us, we can will appreciate that, and we can appreciate really anything anyone says, because we can have gratitude for every interaction, because every interaction is assisting us. Yet I think you get where I'm going with this, is that often, we're all doing the very best we can, and often very well-meaning things may appear like some sort of a blueprint to, I need to do this and this and this, and then I'll achieve this joy or this peace or what have you. Yet it's coming to within, because you're only your higher self can let you know what you need to do to achieve that next level of alignment, to achieve your next level of joy and peace. And of course, I'm here to share what I have been doing to find my next levels, but that's also because I am guided to do this, and so I trust that there are other people who are going to be attracted to what they need to hear. And maybe this is the only message you ever see of me, that's just reminding you to trust yourself above what anyone else may say. And that's not because we think we're the best or something. It's because we know that our path is unique and we are unique. And that only our higher self knows what is the absolute best thing for us to do next, or to do in any situation. An example that's just coming up could be perhaps you're receiving inner guidance to take a few days to rest, yet you receive some information from a well-known spiritual teacher telling you to expand your comfort zone. And there's this, and you resonate with that because you know that's something you're meant to do. But in this time, right here, right now, you're meant to rest. And so it's time to rest. And then when it's time to expand our comfort zone, then we'll receive that guidance to do so. So there's nothing wrong with any of it. It's trusting ourselves and trusting in that everything is unfolding in the right timing for us. And this also makes life so much easier. It takes out so much thinking. And we just move along, enjoying ourselves, and yeah. And so yeah, it's absolutely changed my life to connect with spirit, my spirit team. And I thought it was so funny yesterday how in the video it came through that Fruit Loops, because that is not something I would ever say, but that was what spirit just put in my head in that moment. And I've learned to trust myself, actually, thanks to making these videos. Just trust whatever is coming through. And I thought that was so funny, and it just goes to show spirit has such a great sense of humor. And as someone who's experienced this, I share this because I would love for you to experience it as well. Like, we often think spirit wants us to, put our nose to the grindstone and keep watching spiritual things and try to heal and integrate as fast as possible. And it's not any of that. Spirit is so chill, so funny, so, just enjoyable, unconditional loving. And the more we listen to it, the more these old ideas of what spiritual is fade away. Because everything is spiritual. We are spiritual beings. Everything is consciousness. And again, the more fun we're having, the more enjoyment we're having, when we're relaxed, when we're when we're doing anything that we feel good, we're in an allowing state. So we are allowing that intuitive guidance to come to us. We are open to it. We are open to receive. And then we know with clarity then that's the best path forward. And what I've known on my journey is that we receive this clarity, then we often receive confirmations in the external reality that exemplify that, yes, this is what is best. And so I will leave you with that today. To trust ourselves and move forward knowing that everyone is doing their absolute best. Literally everyone. And after making that video yesterday, it was really healing for me. And today I was on a whole other level. And the more we listen to ourselves and the more we act on that and we see the results, the less we doubt, the less we second guess it. Yet, one thing is that Spirit doesn't mind if we ask multiple times. I ask the same thing sometimes, like so many times a day, just to make sure. And that's totally fine. You can ask the same question 1,000,000 times. And Spirit, your higher self, will be happy to give you the answer every time. And we can ask Spirit for guidance about everything. And as I've shared in a previous video, that is what I've done because I had so many of these programs and patterns and whatnot. I was like, I just need to know what is the actual best thing for me. And it surprised me so many times, and it still does to this day. Because we have these ideas about what is right or what is the best. But a lot of that, even that, comes from beliefs and programs. And so, as we listen to ourselves, as we move forward on our path, our lives only get better. And better meaning higher vibration, meaning more well-being. And well-being is everything that we could ever ask for. Health, abundance, peace, joy. Everything that makes us feel well. And so I will leave you with that. You already are all you want to be. You already are. And hopefully I've inspired you to perhaps do some things you enjoy, some things you love a little bit more. But again, always trust what you're receiving from within. I'm just sharing my experience. Only you know what is best for you. I send you much love and blessings on your path. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.